A lot's going on right now. If you checked out yesterday's video, you will have seen that I announced that I entered JT and I in the America's Favorite Couple contest. And then I posted some press releases out to our local media. And we ended up being on the front of Carson Now, which is an online site. We were we were the top story for 13 hours. JT was a little, I don't know, nervous. It's funny because sometimes it cycles through really quickly. Sometimes our press releases don't show up on the front page. But yesterday I seem to have hit a sweet spot. So I can show you what it looked like. And it was there from about 5:15 yesterday evening until around 7 a.m. this morning when they put up the weekly events for our community. So that was funny. And then I've been busy working on the book that JT and I are co-writing now. I hadn't intended to work on it today because I have other projects going on, but he wrote a prologue. So I'm taking off from where he started that. He's currently out for a walk. And then we just had a deer visit us again, a young one who had only one antler. I believe probably shedding antlers or something. I don't know a lot about the life cycle of a deer, but I know this was a young one, and I can show you the picture. It was funny because the deer was eating one of my bushes. I wish they would eat the weeds, but obviously the weeds are probably not as appetizing as the bushes. So I was trying to get the deer's attention because we could only see its backside, and I tried to open the kitchen window and it startled the deer, who kind of took off a little bit. So I actually managed to go and open the door to our sunroom, and the deer was standing just at the bottom of the steps. So didn't go anywhere, just posed nicely for me. So that was fun. Oh, there's just, like I said, there's a lot going on. But I'm going to finish the chapter that I'm working on right now in our work to be announced later, the next romance that JT and I are co-writing. I am going to be doing more beta reading on one of his upcoming books. And I also need to get settled down to editing on Battleborn Bride because that needs to go back for proofreading. I don't have a deadline for that, but I want to get it into the queue so it doesn't get bogged down and end up taking weeks and weeks to get back to me again. So there is a lot. I wasn't going to do this to myself again, but here we are. Things just keep coming up. So between the contest, all the writing projects, having fun wildlife visitors in our yard, it has been quite the morning so far. And I am still thinking about my Spooktober poems. I have some thoughts. I think I may have a title for the first poem that I'm going to be working on. And also, I am a Michael's loyalty member, so I've been getting emails from Michael's that they have Halloween items out. So I might have to make a trip down there because I'm thinking I want to create a spooky vibe down in the basement where I'm going to be working on my poems to help inspire me. And I do have a lot of Halloween stuff already, but I just want to have a look and see what else they might have in store. I do think I'm going to start swapping that. I currently have the green backdrop that you've seen, but I might swap that for my red autumn one and maybe pull a few things out. We have some skulls around the house. JT enjoys collecting various kinds of, obviously, fake skulls. We don't get real skulls, but I could put those out as well to have a bit of that moody vibe. So I'm going to probably, I don't think I'll get to it today, but I may start switching things out down there. And also this afternoon when it warms up a little bit, because it was chilly this morning. We dropped down into the 40s. But later this afternoon, I'm going to go out and pull some more weeds because it should be perfect after lunch to do a little outdoor work. So a lot is going on, and I'll probably take you along. I don't know if I'm going to get to the basement reorganization today, but I'm definitely going to be out doing some weeding. So I might have you join me for a little bit of that, which I'm sure will be oh so exciting. But in the meantime, I need to get back to work because I have a lot going on. It's already 11 a.m. Like I said, JT's out for his walk. He'll be back soon for lunch. So I want to wrap up this chapter, maybe get a little beta reading done in the next hour, and then probably lunch and some weeding. And then maybe this afternoon I'll get back to editing Battleborn Bride. I'm tired just thinking about it. Anyway, talk to you again soon. Okay, it's time for me to tackle this mess. You can't even see the path. The hose over here actually is from our sump pump. So you can see the jungle that we have going on here. This is also the little tree that's growing up from the neighbor's yard, so I think I might leave that. As you can see, we have the neighbors right there, so letting that grow, maybe I could train it to a bit of a wall. But then I have all of this down here. This is, I think, Russian sage. Lots of weeds. Look at how tall those are. Part of the reason is that a lot of the water from our basement has been draining back here, so we're going to tackle this mess today. I don't know how far I'll get, but we'll see what we can do. And here's a little bit of a progress video. I have cut down the weeds up to just about the end of the pathway. The reel that I got for the weed whacker was the wrong size, but this is the area where I want to extend my patio, because as you see, it is currently well after 3 p.m. and it gets some dappled light, so especially back here. I did cut down the sucker because it wasn't quite as far back as I thought it was, but I'm making progress. I need to go get more supplies to deal with the rest of the jungle, but progress has been made. I'm going to clean up this mess, especially this pile of weeds down here, and then probably call it a day because I'm dripping with sweat. But you see the neighbors have this really nice tree right here that doesn't overhang with our workshop. So this will make a really nice little secret patio space. But like I was saying, I would like to do something back here, somewhere along the end of the pathway here, that will create a little privacy break from the townhouses behind us. But that's how far I've gotten so far. And like I said, after I'm done with this, I'm going to call it a day, because boy, this has been a workout. It's not too warm. I think it's in the 70s maybe. But doing all this work definitely makes someone a little bit sweaty. And here is the final view for today. I made quite a bit of progress. The back jungle is going to have to wait until I get more supplies, because the line that I got for my weed whacker was the wrong kind. So still have a bit of a jungle back here that I will be addressing later, but I made quite a bit of progress on my future patio area. It is now after 6 p.m. It's about 6:15 p.m. and we've got a few clouds, but you can see it is quite beautiful out right now. So, making progress. hope to get the rest of this addressed, and then basically what I'm doing is I will be shifting over this section of pavers right here to that area, and then I'm going to build a raised planter bed right here and plant a little tree so that we have a little bit more privacy. As I said when I started this video, there is a lot going on right now, and you can see a little bit of what I did throughout the day. I did manage to write a little bit for the book that JT and I are working on together, and let me see, I did some beta reading of his other work. I didn't quite get to my editing of Battleborn Bride, but hopefully I will do that tomorrow, because as you saw from the footage, I spent my afternoon working out in the yard. But it is much improved from where it was when I started. And I'm in my sunroom again, so the area I was working on is just right behind me here. So it's easily accessible from my sunroom, and it will be a nice little place to hang out once I finish shifting the little patio over. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. But I came to the realization as I was working today that one of the reasons I keep myself so busy is so that I don't think too much. And I don't know if it's just me, and I've always been an overthinker. But as I'm getting older, I find my mind going down some interesting paths that aren't always pleasant. So keeping myself busy with my writing and my puttering around the house and the yard really helps me maintain a positive mental state and keeps me going down those dark paths that my mind tends to follow when I sit idle for too long. So if that is something that you deal with, I do recommend finding something to occupy yourself, whether it's a hobby, watching a TV show, reading a book, whatever you can do to set your mind off on another more positive direction, because mental health is just as important as physical health, and sometimes we don't pay enough attention to it. But that was the end of my busy day, where I managed to do a lot of things. I am working on that balance thing. And nothing really exciting popped up today. Just doing the most of the things that I planned to do. Like I said, I didn't quite get around to editing Battleborn Bride at all today, but I will be working on that tomorrow. I can actually switch things up because I kind of finished a chapter of the book that JT and I are working on, so he can write one now. And I will continue, obviously, to do his beta reading, but I can also start out with the editing on Battleborn Bride. And tomorrow I'm going to be puttering around in the basement doing laundry, so I may start seeing about setting up a little spooky area to work on my Spooktober poems, because it's tucked out of the way. So if I decorate it with Halloween vibes, it won't matter. I won't see it all the time, only when I'm down there playing around. So still planning to do that. My initial idea was to try to get a few poems done in June, but it's become so busy that I haven't gotten the chance to do that. So I will be doing that. I might start one tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But definitely will be working on that a lot more in July. Really thought I would be farther along with Battleborn Bride at this point, but if you've been following along, you know what I've been up to, and there's been a lot going on. So thank you once again for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It is Monday, June 29th as I record this. We're almost to the end of June, and tonight we are supposed to have the strawberry moon, which is the first full moon of summer. I doubt that I'll be awake to see it because I'm a little sleepy, but we'll see. Could be fun to see the full moon. Anyway, I thank you for joining me, and I will chat with you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.